Hi again, you guys. Welcome to another edition of Curtis Collects Vinyl Records. This is going to be a classic format for me. We're going to talk about one particular artist who I don't know that much about, and that's always fun because I'm going to learn as we read through some of these record jackets. So I have a very nice little stack here of Leo Sayer records. We all know Leo Sayer, but I will tell you, I didn't know what song I was going to play. I was going to play some of the songs, a couple of songs that he had some monster hits, and I wanted to play a deep track. So as we go through this, let's go through some of these records. I have no idea what order they're in, but I recently picked this one up at a record show, and I'm just, it's hardly been opened. In fact, I don't even want to open it more than that. This is in perfect condition. So this is really, really great. So Leo Sayer, what I learned about him through reading through this is he gets really everybody who's great to play with him. I mean, he's got some of the great musicians who've been in a studio ever playing on some of his records. So, I mean, I think that's really a compliment because if people want to play with this guy, I think it's what those people want to do. They have options and they can turn down gigs. But so this might be a eponymous first solo or something for him. This one's called Living in a Fantasy. And I'm trying to see what's on here that we might know. Just glancing, who plays on some of this stuff? I'm not seeing it. He does a lot of songs by other artists on here. And I'm not exactly seeing... Oh yeah, here's who plays on here. Let's see if we recognize anybody really quick. This was recorded in Surrey. So this was a lot of guys from over there, it looks like. Not recognizing anybody. So apparently later on he comes to California, and we'll talk about that record because everybody seems to be on it. This is Just a Boy, Leo Sayer. He's got this clown theme again. Wow, so here's a common record. We see at a lot of 50-cent bins, unfortunately. We see Endless Flight, and let's take a quick look and see. Perfect, that's great. Oh my God, the suspenders look. Who's on here? Anybody? Yeah, Steve Gadd, Chuck Rainey, those are the greats. Ray Parker, Larry Carlton. My God, Clyde E. King, background vocals. Earl Slick. Wow, more and more. Willie Weeks, fantastic. Jeff Porcaro, Dean Parks. Michael O'Martian, who we talk about a lot down here, even though we don't know how to pronounce his name, which is fun. Oh, and the strings are arranged by the great genius Elton's guy, Paul Buckmaster. So this seems to have a lot of Richard T. And speaking of Elton, he's doing a song by Andrew Gold on this record called Endless Flight. And we see drums, Nigel Olsson. And that's going to play into this next one, and arrangements by Paul Buckmaster. So he really gets kind of a who's who, at least when he's on the West Coast making these records, of guys who want to play with him. We're going to play a deep track from this record. I just happened to sample it and say, well, that's the one we're going to play. It just caught me. And so this is Thunder in My Heart. And who is on this? More of the same. Ray Parker, Lee Ritenour, Jeff Porcaro. More of those guys. Michael O'Martian appears again here. Ray Parker Jr. Wow. Alright, so this is this record. This is really cool. So it's sort of like an everybody's playing on it. And we're going to play a song on here, the third track on side 2. Frankie Lee, is that what we're going to play? Okay, it's a song called Frankie Lee. Actually written by Leo Sayer, but here's who plays on some of this great stuff. Chuck Rainey, Steve Lukather, Lindsey Buckingham. Who else do we see? Davy Johnstone, speaking of Elton's band. Dean Parks, Lenny Castro, so many greats, David Lindley. So you can tell he's on, and then of course you see Russ Kunkel, Leland Sklar, Waddy, the greats. So let's get this song going. So this is a Leo Sayer edition of Curtis Collects Vinyl Records. Alright, well that's a deep track. What's that? I need to turn that off. That sounds pretty cool. Wow, alright, I'll give that a little shout out. That is called, but we're going to do that fourth song on this side is "Don't Look Away." So wow, what a treasure this guy is. And I forgot to point out, of course, on this one, "Endless Flight," you've got "You Make Me Feel Like Dancing," and "When I Need You." I mean, this was, I think, his Monster LP. So this was really fun. I mean, here we have so many of these great records by Leo Sayer. What a talent. And it seems like a lot. Yeah, that song was terrific. Frankie Lee, who knew? Wow. Well, I'm glad we did this episode on Leo Sayer. So, anything else you think I missed about this guy? Please put that down below in the comments there. I really appreciate that. You can click on the thumbs up, like these. That's always helpful. Subscribe, share them with your friends, comments, and just watching and listening. Really appreciate it, you guys. This was another edition of Curtis Collects Vinyl Records, and of course, we'll see you back here again soon.